What's up, everybody? Lyle No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Or maybe I should start by saying, "Hi, I'm Lyle. Prime is the best company ever." What's up, Oregon? Craig, Andrea, man, I'm telling you, we came to pick up this fucking load and they won't let us out of here until the load gets to 30 degrees. It's at 35 degrees now and it ain't moved. So temperature is supposed to be 24. I put that shit on, or he put the shit on frozen, minus 10. We got to get out of here. And that doesn't seem to be helping. Yeah, if you're sending me... Wait, hold on a second. I'm assuming that somebody's sending me this little parody or some shit that they made about me. We could be here a while, man. This thing's been at 35 degrees for like the last hour. And I changed the setting from 24 to minus 10. But this trailer just got loaded, so it has that warm ass meat in there. So it's got to warm that meat up and the rest of it, so we could be here a couple hours. I don't know. $412, if you're talking about that one where they came up with that thing, "Hi, I'm Lyle. Prime Inc. is the best company ever." If that's the video you sent me. Hey, I ain't got nothing to... Listen, Prime is what Prime is, right? You know what I'm saying? It's gone from what it was to what it is now. Transactional. That's fine. But I ain't complaining about no fucking money. I'm not complaining about shit. So I'm not, Prime is who I work for. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I ain't got nothing to complain about. Rusty, we've been back out on the road, man. We just came out here, dropped off a load. Yesterday, came here to Amarillo to pick up another load going up to Ottawa. Love the load, right? Love it. Going to where I want to be at, all that, but we can't leave until we're at 30 degrees. Now, what I'm hoping is we don't fall asleep and have that thing at minus 10 and freeze this motherfucker. What's up, Bridges River Smoker? Craig. What's up? Josh, I'm doing all right, man. Got a chance to wake up and go down to... We were at Toot and Totem last night. Apparently somebody got killed outside the truck stop. Car ran into a truck and trailer. I didn't get woke up for that. My co-driver was telling me about that. And, went and got me some barbecue this morning, and now we're here wasting our fucking time. What do you mean they? Tyree, that's one person putting them skits up there. And like I said, Prime is Prime, right? There's no doubt that things have changed with the company culture and all that kind of stuff. But one thing I've said and I've been saying, I've never complained about the money. So if me, and fuck, when was the last time I really even said that? When I did this little last experiment for these last 4 or 5 weeks when I was talking about the training pay, it wasn't because I was trying to talk about how much money I was making. I was either trying to prove or disprove that you could or could not make money training in Prime. I wasn't pro Prime. As a matter of fact, I can't even think of the last time I really went out of my way to say anything. You know, it doesn't matter. I thought it was funny. I actually reposted that shit on my page. I mean, but even last week, I don't even know what we did. Dropped 2 loads off 4 days, had shocks and some work done on my truck, and still got $1,400. What am I going to complain about? Oregon, not really a place I like going up that way. Yeah, he needs to take his ass to sleep. It might be a long night. Man, Big Texan, that barbecue's better than that shit at the Big Texan. That's a fucking gimmick. If I want a good steak or good shit like that, I'll wait till I get home and go to Fleming's or Del Frisco's or some shit like that. Ain't no, yeah, no. Slime Pack, what's up? We're just sitting here waiting for our trailer to get down to 30 degrees. Won't let us out of here. As a matter of fact, and I can only say this based on the pictures I've seen when people have sent pictures of the place. I mean, Texas Roadhouse might compete with the Big Texan. Iowa 80. I don't know what you were saying about Iowa 80, but when I'm near Iowa, near the Iowa 80, the place I stop at is the Come and Go, like 12 miles west. I never stop at Iowa 80. Never. I've done it one time to do a repower. Let's see. Yeah, Russ. I'm not even trying to worry about the money now. I'm trying to get the miles. We're trying to put this to bed. Get him back to the terminal. Get him upgraded. Scott, all right. Is it worth training a TNT student? I'm lease fleet manager. Talk to me about it, but I wanted to stay. Wait, what? Is it worth it to train TNT? I'm a lease manager. Talk to me about it, but I want to stay solo. All right. First of all, my last video that I put up cut off at the end. And I thought it was because my phone got too hot. So if you watched my last posted video, it just cut off. I thought it was because my phone heated up too much. But what it was that driver eye shit on my phone I went from 35, and I just noticed this, right? Because it kept saying my memory or my storage was low. So I started looking through everything. And when I deleted the driver eye app, my storage went from 98% full to 35% full. So that's why that last video just cut off the way it did. And I couldn't edit it on my phone because there wasn't enough memory or whatever to edit it. So anyway, is it worth it to stay solo? What I was gonna say at the end of that video was some of the bad things that can happen is if you are in the shop or something like that, that payment doesn't stop going to that trainee, right? So that could potentially be a downfall of it. As far as is it worth it? If you look at some of my last few videos, this is like the only time I ever have and probably ever will talk about how much money I made. Go back and look at those videos. I think I did full lease weeks 1 through 3, and then I just said, you know what, here's 4 and 5. I didn't get too deep in it. If those are the kind of figures that make it worth it to you, then I would say do it. But there's things that can go the wrong way too, right? So all it takes for you is to get one bad student, right? Or one person, and I don't even mean they're hitting shit or do anything like that, but one bad, let's not even call it a bad student. One situation where things don't work out between you and that trainee and he needs to come off the road real quick, that can skew your numbers right there, right? See, I can't really speak on that because I have been lucky when it comes to trainees. Man, I tell you what, now, we've been at this place picking up, and, you know, you see a lot of Indian drivers around, but these Indian guys that are driving around here today have the biggest turbans on I've ever seen. Them motherfuckers are looking like diapers on their heads. They're so big. But anyway, I've been lucky, so I can't speak on the downside of it. I can't speak on, you know, I remember years ago a student had flipped a truck. And to add insult to injury, the trainer got hit with the deductible for the truck and trailer, and the student kept getting paid. I don't remember what it was. Or the student got, I forget what happened, but this is going back at least 4 years, maybe more. So there are some bad things, but as far as the money goes, if I was younger, potentially single, all that kind of stuff, I would probably do about 3 students a year. If I was in that stacking up money phase, do about 2 or 3 students a year, and kind of go that route. The Big Texan has a good bourbon section. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm at the TA in Breezewood, sitting out front door, DOT inspection for an hour. There ain't a truck in any bay. Yeah. My favorite place for a steak would probably be Del Frisco's. But I used to go to Fleming's because the line there wasn't as much of a wait. Oh, Sean, what's up? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Texas Roadhouse, you know what I mean? It's kind of in that gray area for me. If that's the one where you could throw the peanuts and shit all over the place, the food is good. I'm not sure if I like the ambiance of it as much. And Rusty, as far as Iowa 80 goes, it's not whether I like Iowa 80 or don't like Iowa 80. It's just like there are so many better, like that come and go right down the street. And then if you get further into Chicago, then you got or further into like Illinois off 80. You got the Quick Trip that's kind of close with the K. They got a huge Quick Trip. Me and my boy went there the other day. Flying J packed. Quick Trip had like 3 trucks in the entire place. And I'm talking about with the K. So you could go in there and do like some real shopping and do all that kind of stuff to some degree. Lil dude, Trucker B over there hyping Prime Inc. up. They should have made a video about him talking about Prime instead of making one about me. The only good thing about Iowa 80 is that no matter what time of day you're guaranteed parking. I was talking to somebody, they said they went to Iowa 80 and there weren't any creative spots to park out there. Yeah, 412, I'm not worried about no chrome. I want to get into trucking. My father-in-law wants me to come haul cattle with him. He wants me to get my CDL and co-drive with him. What do you think? Sounds like a good plan. I'm just not sure I could be looking at no animals on their last ride, man. I don't know if I could do that one. All right, Dale. I'll be back in the captain's chair next month. Sounds good. Oh, did Quentin say he was gonna be leaving school? All right, I must have missed a part if he said he was gonna be leaving college or some school. I would not leave a trade school or a school to come into trucking. You could always go into trucking. All right, Craig, it's not about the money, it's about the culture. It's all about the freedom and the lifestyle Prime allows me to live. You keep talking like that, man, they're going to make videos about you. Hi, I'm Craig. Prime is the greatest company ever. Trainees can get the drivers fired. You know, I think there was a time, like when I first came in, everything was a little bit too trainer focused. As far as if something happened, they were always going to take the trainer's side on that. And now I think it's kind of flipped to that. So now I think that they're more, now I think they're more lean more heavily on what the trainee is saying. And as far as the training goes, I mean, it's, you know, there's a difference between me talking about training, because I think at least everybody should train at least one person. That's my only stance on this whole thing. I'm not pushing training. I'm not doing anything like that. Some people at Prime are pushing training, and one thing I would say is I always feel like I have to be one of those people that, you know, I talk the talk and I walk the walk. So I think if I was in-house at Prime and I'm pushing people to be trainers, I would probably want to see what it's like out on the road as a trainee or a trainer. So I might get out on the truck, you know what I'm saying? Then I might have a little bit more credibility. But, you know, when you have, you know, I just took that training class. They were talking about these rules and stuff like that, and, you know, whatever. And I'm just like, you know, some of this stuff is just very unrealistic. You're setting expectations. You're setting up somebody for failure if you're expecting all this. It's like, how can I explain it? Some of the stuff that was being focused on wasn't even like focus on the driving, right? There should be at least some checklist or some standardization as to how the training is going to go, right? And that's where I think a lot of trainers are going to be bad trainers anyway, right? But I think that a lot of trainers are bad trainers because there's no standards you need. There's no standard. One training experience to another one varies too much. It's sort of like, why do people like McDonald's? A shitty hamburger, but you know what you're going to get in every single McDonald's across the country. We don't have, they haven't come up with anything that I don't want to call it a checklist. But there's no real way to tell if a trainee is ready from their aspect other than a trainer saying he's ready to go. Anyway. Yeah, 412, that's what I'm talking about. That situation would have been totally different 5-6 years ago than it was now. And to be honest with you, Terry was kind of, you know, they had it out for him to be, you know, anyway, so. All right. Tyree, the thing with that training stuff is that you don't know what kind of trainee you're going to get because it matters what school they went through. Kind of. I don't think you could be any more green than the students coming out of Salt Lake City that trained exclusively on the pad. like when I came off, I don't even think I had, I don't know if I had 2 hours of drive. I don't even think I had an hour and a half of driving before I actually upgraded. All right, bye, Andrea. Love you. All right. Yeah, Brooklyn, Iowa. Oh, wait. There's a better one than Brooklyn, Iowa. Brooklyn, Iowa is the one that used to be at Old Flying J. They got a new quick trip that's a little bit further. I think it's off the 280 split. You know, when you go 80, then 280. Yeah, quick trips are the best. Rich's River Smoker says Trucker B is ridiculous. Lynn Martinez, I need a long live from when you get back home, drinking your favorite whiskeys. I like your night lives. When you're with your dog, my wife said you go to sleep to his lives, but they're old. Man, I can't wait to get home too. I know my son got me, he got me a whiskey, not a bourbon. He at least got me a rye. But he got me that one, plus there's some surprise bottle that he got me. And then I think my wife got me a bottle. So I got 3 good bottles waiting for me when I get home. And I can't wait to go live myself. Shamarcus, what's up? Let me scroll down. I might pass up some of these. All right. Tyree says Trucker B acting like Prime Inc. can't do no wrong since he got that regional position. Man, Prime is like this. If you can find what works for you, that, you know, like I think it was I think in one of his videos he said he went Southeast Regional, he was home every night and made $1,500. To me, that's a win. I would probably take a job where I got home a little bit more for about 30% less pay. So if that works for him. Yeah, we're not having problems with the defrost or anything like that. I mean, I'm willing to try anything here in a second. As a matter of fact, let me step out right now and see what we're at. Give me just a second. If it's not, I'll at least try it. Shit, I'm gonna have to get out of here. It's time to rock and roll, baby. Hey, we at 28 degrees, man. We overstayed our welcome. Hey, I gotta get off here. We're about to hit the road, but hey, it's gonna be a long night, baby. Keep it up. All right, wait, hold on. Let me go through this real quick. What's up, Kiersey, Ben, Tyree, all y'all, man? We just got like how many miles we got left?
Shit, man, 20-something.
What? I thought it was 2,300. I keep getting this.
Man. Yeah, that's right. 2,300.
No, is it?
It's 23.
Man, every time I turn around, it feels like I'm adding miles to this shit I gotta do.
We didn't know what we just did. Yeah, 23.
Hey, I'd like to go through all these comments, man. Richie Rich, if you happen to be watching this, I think you're hilarious. No, did you see that video he put out of me?
No, man, I gotta check it out.
I'll play it for you when we're done. But appreciate you stopping by. We're about to hit the road. I'm out.
Yes, sir.
You ain't lying. It's time to get the fuck out of here.